You're just a nobody. Isabella, my son's fiancée, sneered at me across the dinner table, her laugh cutting like a knife. Everyone froze. Her mother Victoria smirked in approval. I sat there, gripping my fork, rage simmering beneath my calm exterior. They thought they knew me. Old, irrelevant Alexander Thorne. They were wrong. Soon they'd find out. And when her mother Googles my name, their world will crumble. Before we continue, please subscribe to the channel and let us know where you are listening in the comments. The words hit like a slap. You're just a nobody. Isabella's voice sliced through the chatter of the dinner table, her laugh sharp and cruel. The room froze. My fork hovered over the plate, mashed potatoes clinging to its tines. Across the polished oak table, Isabella leaned back in her chair, her manicured nails glinting under the chandelier's glow. Her mother, Victoria, smirked, her lips curling like she just tasted something sweet. My son Ethan stared at his plate, his shoulders hunched, silent. I sat there, Alexander Thorne, 62 years old, feeling the weight of their eyes. Rage simmered beneath my calm exterior, a slow burn in my chest. My knuckles whitened around the fork, but I didn't flinch, not yet. The dining room, with its crystal glasses and flickering candles, had been warm moments ago. Now it felt like a stage, and I was the fool in the spotlight. Isabella tilted her head, her blonde curls catching the light. "What's it like, Alexander? Sitting in your little house, reliving your glory days?" Her tone dripped with mockery, each word a needle. "I mean, Ethan told me you used to wear those old suits to work." "What were you, a clerk?" Victoria chuckled, tapping her wineglass with a lacquered nail. "Oh, Isabella, be kind. Not everyone can keep up with the times. Some people fade." Her eyes flicked to me, cold and appraising, like I was a piece of furniture she decided to discard. Ethan shifted in his seat, his fork scraping the plate. He didn't look up. My chest tightened. I wanted to reach across the table, grab his shoulder, make him see me, but his silence cut deeper than Isabella's words. My own son letting this happen? I set the fork down, the clink loud in the stillness. Every eye was on me. Isabella's triumphant, Victoria's smug, Ethan's averted. The candles cast long shadows across the tablecloth, dancing like ghosts of the life I'd built. They thought they knew me. Old, irrelevant Alexander Thorne, a relic to be pitied. They were wrong. "Isabella," I said, my voice low, steady. "You think you know me?" I leaned forward just enough to catch her gaze. Her smile faltered just for a second. "But you don't." The room held its breath. Victoria raised an eyebrow, but I didn't look at her. My eyes stayed on Isabella, on the flicker of uncertainty in her green eyes. I pushed my chair back, the legs scraping the hardwood floor. "Excuse me," I said, standing. My hands were steady, but my heart pounded like a war drum. I walked out of the dining room, their whispers trailing behind me like smoke. The hallway was dim, the air cooler. My steps slowed as I passed the family portrait hanging on the wall, me, Rebecca, and Ethan, smiling in a world that no longer existed. Rebecca's eyes seemed to follow me, her warmth a ghost in the frame. I stopped, my fingers brushing the glass. Isabella's laugh echoed in my mind, sharp and mocking. They'd find out soon enough. When Victoria Googled my name, their world would crumble. But first, I needed to remind myself who I was. I turned toward my study, the door creaking as I pushed it open. The night was just beginning. The study door clicked shut behind me. muffling the distant clink of dishes from the dining room. I stood in the quiet, the air heavy with the scent of old books and polished wood. My desk loomed in the corner, a sturdy oak relic from a life that felt like someone else's. On it sat the family photo, Rebecca's smile frozen in time, Ethan's small hand in mine. I crossed the room, my shoes soft on the worn rug, and picked up the frame. My thumb traced the edge, the glass cool under my touch. The memory hit like a wave. It was 1997, and I was 34, striding through the glass doors of an investment bank in downtown Chicago. The office buzzed, phones ringing, paper shuffling, the hum of ambition. My desk was buried under reports, a coffee mug teetering on the edge. My boss, Marcus, leaned against the doorframe, his tie loosened. "Thorne, you're in line for VP," he said, tossing a folder onto my desk. "Big accounts, corner office. You want it?" I'd wanted it. God, I'd wanted it. But Rebecca's cough had worsened that week, her face pale against the hospital pillows. I saw her in my mind, her hand squeezing mine, her voice soft. "We'll be okay, Alexander?" I looked at Marcus, my throat tight. "I need to be home," I said. He blinked, then nodded, disappointment flickering in his eyes. I left the folder unopened. The memory shifted. It was 2004 now, our kitchen small and cluttered, the fridge humming in the corner. Ethan was 16, all lanky limbs and quiet rebellion. I sat at the table writing a check for his private school tuition, my fingers cramped from overtime at a job that paid half what I'd earned before. The pen scratched the paper, each zero a promise. Ethan breezed through, grabbing an apple. "Thanks, Dad," he mumbled, already halfway out the door. He didn't see the stack of bills beside me. Didn't know I'd turned down a better job to stay close. Another flash. 2012, Ethan's college graduation. The auditorium packed with proud families. I sat alone in the back, my suit a size too big, my hands folded in my lap. On stage, Ethan gripped his diploma, grinning. "I want to thank my friends," he said into the mic, his voice echoing. "You got me here." The crowd clapped. I waited, my chest tight, but my name never came. I clapped too, my hands heavy, my smile a mask. Back in the study, I set the photo down, my breath uneven. I'd given everything, my career, my dreams, my pride, for them. And now Isabella's voice rang in my ears. "You're just a nobody." Ethan's silence stung worse. I'd become invisible, a shadow in my own life. I sank into the chair, the leather creaking under me. My eyes fell on the desk drawer, half open, a corner of my old address book peeking out. I pulled it free, the leather cover worn soft, the pages yellowed. It smelled of time, of deals closed and promises kept. This book held names, people who'd once called me a force, a man who could move mountains. I hadn't opened it in years. My fingers traced the names, each one a thread to a past I'd buried. I wasn't that man anymore, or was I? Isabella and Victoria thought they could bury me with their words, but they didn't know the weight I'd carried, the strength it took to let go of glory for love. I flipped a page, then another, my pulse quickening. There, Dominic Hayes, a name that could change everything. I stopped, my thumb pressing the paper. A smile tugged at my lips, small but real. The rage from the dining room was still there, but now it had focus. I closed the book, the sound sharp in the quiet. Standing, I slipped it into my pocket and headed for the door. The phone was in the living room, and I had a call to make. The living room was dim, the torchliere casting a soft glow across the old couch. I stood by the coffee table, the address book heavy in my hand. its leather warm from my grip. The phone sat on the side table, a black, cordless relic that hadn't rung in weeks. My thumb hovered over the buttons. The numbers from Dominic Hayes's page burned into my mind. Isabella's sneer echoed in my head. "You're just a nobody." My jaw tightened. I wasn't that man, not anymore. I dialed. Each beep loud in the quiet. My heart thudded, a mix of fear and fire. What if Dominic didn't remember me? What if he did but laughed? The line clicked, and a gruff voice answered. "Hayes." "Dominic," I said, my voice steadier than I felt. "It's Alexander Thorne." A pause, then a low chuckle. "Alexander Thorne, as I live and breathe. Been a minute, hasn't it?" "Too long." I forced a smile, though he couldn't see it. "I need to talk in person. You free tomorrow?" Another pause, longer this time. "What's this about, Alexander?" His tone shifted, curious. "Let's just say I'm calling in an old favor. You still at the club?" "Yeah, noon work?" "Noon's perfect." "Looking forward to it, Thorne." The line went dead. I set the phone down, my breath slow. The room felt smaller, the air charged. I crossed to the window and looked out at the quiet neighborhood. My reflection stared back, eyes sharp. For the first time in years, I recognized myself. A memory flickered, 1995, a sleek Chicago restaurant. I was 32, suit crisp, closed a deal in 20 minutes. That confident man felt close again. I turned, address book in hand. They'd woken me. Ethan's silence hurt, but I'd show him. I slipped the book into my pocket. Tomorrow, Dominic would open the door. I grabbed my coat and stepped outside. The stars watched. I drove, ready. I pulled into the golf club parking lot, address book in pocket. Stepped out, adjusted my tie. Inside polished wood and cigars. Dominic at the bar raised his bourbon. "Didn't think I'd see you here again." I sat. "Times change. I need help." He swirled his drink. "What's got you out of retirement?" I lowered my voice. "Victoria Hale, Isabella too, involved with my son." Isabella's sneer flashed. Dominic's brow lifted. "Victoria's on borrowed time, second mortgage, dodging creditors. Isabella's hunting Ethan's trust fund." Clarity hit. They weren't untouchable. "How bad?" "One wrong move sinks her. Banking on the marriage." "You sure about this game?" I touched the address book. "I'm sure." He slid a business card. "Call this guy. Bank records, discreet." I jotted a note. "Thanks, I owe you." He clapped my shoulder. "Don't get in too deep." I watched him go, mind racing. Pieces for a puzzle. But Ethan, would he see? One step at a time. Outside, air cool. Game on. In my study, business card beside laptop. Cursor blinked. Isabella's voice. Nobody. Smile spread. Typed invitation. Charity auction for Victoria. Keynote. Trap for her pride. Accounts dry. Pledge would fail. Fingers paused. Pictured her excitement. Then failure. Whispers would start. Plan brutal. But Ethan, blame me? Grip tightened. Couldn't stop. Printed. Mailed anonymously. Envelope heavy. Walked to postbox. Dropped it. Rush hit. Headlights. Isabella's BMW passed. Fire lit. Beginning. Banquet hall glow. Red carpet. Slipped inside, shadows. Crowd sequence. Suits. Victoria on platform, emerald gown. Pledged $50,000. Assistant frowned. Issue with payment. Victoria froze. Impossible. Declined. Whispers rippled. Overextended. Face flushed. Grip white. Isabella pulled Ethan aside. Your fault. He defended. She stormed. Chest tightened. His pain. But her fall sweet. Letter worked. Phone buzzed. Natalie, meet tomorrow. City hummed. Next piece. Cafe chimed. Coffee sent. Natalie by window. Waved. Sat, mug warm. Look good. Been a while. Rebecca's laugh flashed. Heard about dinner. Isabella's stunt. Jaw tight. They're wrong. Smile fierce. Isabella's with lowlife Julian Reyes using Ethan's fund for scam? Breath caught. Leverage. How? Friends talk. What's your move? Trap. I'll pose as investor. Photo slid. Rebecca, Natalie on beach. For luck. Throat tight. Slipped it in pocket. Napkin with name. Plan shaped. But Ethan. Choose her. Pushed down. Outside, business card slipped. Smile. Key. Study. Card and fingers. Phone buzzed. Natalie's, she's here. Pulse jumped. Pictured office. Glass. Steel. Natalie offering deal. Buzz. Recording. Paste. Rebecca's photo watching. Isabella would name Julian. Buzz. Got it. Sending file. Heart leaped. USB and envelope. Anonymous to Ethan. Code on. Postbox. Headlights. Victoria's car at Ethan's. Resolve sparked. Time running. Victoria's car under streetlight. Voices from Ethan's house. Victoria frantic. Edged closer. Imagined her earlier. Letter exposing debts in gossip column. Chaos. Now, your father's behind this. Peered in. Victoria pacing, wrinkled. Ethan tight. Isabella crossed arms. Heart pounded. Accusation dangerous, but Ethan uncertain. Calm down. He's bitter. Nobody. Jaw clenched. Leak clean. She unraveled. Isabella. Smarter than thought. Ethan. Leave it. Doubt cracked. Stepped back. Victory. USB would hit. Drove home. Rebecca's laptop found. Answers ahead. Study hushed. Laptop glow. Folder. Family. Phone buzzed. Natalie. Victoria Googling you. Smile. Pictured her frantic uncovering career deals, sacrifices, truth tidal wave, articles, profile, gala photo with Rebecca, world crumble. Hours later, Ethan's living room. They strained, held photo. Victoria. Didn't know, sorry. Isabella. Wrong, start over. Words thin. Too late. Ethan saw me new. Left. Natalie waiting. Did it. Next. Park quiet. Sun dappled. Coffee warmed. Isabella gone. Broke engagement. Victoria ghost. Nodded. Bittersweet. Ethan's silence stung. Quiet? Ethan, forgive? Give time. Phone. Ethan's text. Heart jumped. Drove. Door open. Photo polished. Blind. Sorry. Wave washed. Wanted you to know me. Grip strong. Talked. Rift closed. Later, Natalie key. Office for charity. Start over. Drove. Mind on Rebecca. Cemetery called. Gate creaked. Lilac scent. Knelt daisies. Touched stone. Did it. They're gone. Ethan's back. Proud. Sunset gold. Memories. Dinner. Unraveling lies. USB. Leak. One. Victoria pariah. Isabella slunk. Justice deep. Ethan's apology. True victory. Natalie purpose new. Key proof. Legacy. Starting over. Wind stirred. Felt her. Gate opening. Fight over. Life not. Work ahead. Key caught glow. Road stretched. Possibility bright. If you like this story, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share your impressions of this story in the comments. To listen to the next story, click on the box on the left. Thank you for watching.